Welcome to part 3, putting our card together while we wait for our Christmas ornament to dry. And I've already cut out all the pieces of paper and I've given you the dimensionals in the post below so that you guys can know exactly how to cut and work alongside me while I show you how to put the card together. I'm just going to grab some scrap paper. You could use anything that you have, and just some double-sided sticky tape. And I'm going to leave this off center, not along the edge of the card, but just a little bit off like I am right now. And this will allow the crochet trim to kind of stand out against that white and won't be absorbed by that beautiful pattern paper. And then we're just going to put the background on for our Christmas ornament. And again, just using some sticky sided tape and just kind of off centered there so it gives it a little bit more dimension. Next, you're going to grab some of your Christmas ribbon collection. And I've already made a bow, and I'll leave you a link. I've done a YouTube video for this a year ago or two of how to make bows. And I've also cut some crochet trim, and we're going to glue that on along that corner right there with some Helmar's glue. That's my favorite, 450 quick dry. You can get it anywhere. And I'm just going to shake this up. It's kind of takes a long time to get to the to come out sometimes. It is nice and thick. So we're just going to draw a little line with our glue, just along like so. Yep. And I've always cut a little bit extra on each side, and so that just so it doesn't fray and you get a nice cut edge. Just lay that down nice and straight, and you can see where I have no pattern paper and how that crochet trim just kind of pops and it looks really beautiful. I'm just going to grab my sewing scissors and flip my card around, and then we're just going to cut the edges off. You don't have to wait for the glue to dry because that glue is just amazing. And there you have a beautiful cut. Now we're going to stamp our sentiments. So we're going to grab our festive greeting stamp set here. We're going to use the Merry and the Christmas. And I've already put them on a block. And what I usually do when I have two stamps like that, I line them up and then I stamp. And that just makes it a lot easier so that you don't have to do double stamping and try to line everything up perfectly. It already is lined up on your block. And I'm going to use this brown sugar Stampin' Up! Ink. I really love this color. I think it's really beautiful. We're just going to ink that up and just flip it around, get it lined up here, move stuff away so I don't get myself, and just press down and then straight up. And we'll take these images off the block here because I have to use it for our May All Your Days Be Merry and Bright. And we'll just grab that sentiment there. And then again, we're going to line it up. I usually line things up on the right bottom corner. And then just press down very lightly. You don't have to press down very hard. And we're going to use the Pistachio Pudding Stampin' Up! Color and ink that up. Get that out of the way and just line it up. And now we'll cut the bottom off and the top, and this is just helps just in case you do stamp wrong. You can cut off the excess and reline it with your cutting board, and I do that sometimes. So, and just I cut from the middle to the end like that, and that just keeps your paper more secure and it doesn't move around. And then there you have it. And we'll add this with some foam dimensionals. Next, we'll grab our Build a Stocking stamp set, and we're going to use the foliage and the little berries from this stamp set. And I've already placed this on a little acrylic block and just stamped on a little piece of scrap paper, like so. You can also grab your silhouette cutting stuff too. That works really well too, just, but I thought I'd stamp on a scrap piece of paper today just because I didn't know if everybody had the cutting files. And then we're just going to stamp our berries with some red, Riding Hood red Stampin' Up! Ink, and just lightly just press down. Don't have to press very hard. And we'll get that out of the way. And then we've got to stamp our little topper for our ornament here. Let's get that stuff out of the way for you. We've already got our berries, and I've cut those. I did fussy cut these. I did not use the silhouette because I didn't want to have any white showing against the ornament. And I will just do that with the brown again from Stampin' Up! And ink that up. And we'll just stamp. And then we can fussy cut these, or again, if you have your silhouette cutting machine, that will help too. Now I've already cut these out for you, so I didn't think you'd want to sit and watch me fussy cut for 10 minutes. And now let's put everything together. Now you can always tell if your watercolor paper is dry by just tapping on the back, always making sure that you do it that way instead of putting oil from your fingers onto your watercolor. That will show up later on down the road and collect dust or mold or something. So always use the back of your hands. And now we're just going to place that, let's see, like so. And then I'm just going to grab some foam dimensionals and we're going to lift that up. And center it, just lightly press down. And now we'll grab our topper for our ornament. And a little trick that I do is I grab one of these little foam dimensionals and I grab some of my little scissors. Let me just grab them here. And then I cut this little foam dimensional in half, and that just so you can put the little ones in. You can also buy little foam dimensionals too if you need them. But that's how I just do it. And that just gives you a little strip. And get that off. And another one. And that just lifts up that ornament too because we already lifted up the big red circle ornament. So that just gives it all the same layer. We'll just place that right on the top like so and press down. And I've already created my bow again, so we're just going to grab that and we're going to flip it over, and we'll use some 450 quick dry adhesive from Helmars again. We'll just open that up and just put a little bit of a dab. It takes forever for it to get down to the end sometimes. And we're just going to put that in the center. And oops, it just fell over. We'll just line that up in the middle, and I leave the little tails on there for a while, just until the end. Just straighten that up right there. It's kind of looking silly. Fix that up. Sometimes, if the tails are difficult, I do place a little piece of glue underneath them, and then that just keeps them adhered to the end. And we'll do the same thing. We'll glue up the ends. Like that. And again, we'll glue right here. And we'll glue our little berries. And now that the glue's kind of dried, we'll grab our sewing scissors and we'll cut the ends off on an angle. And that just helps when the glue's set a little bit more so that your bow is not moving around all over your card, and it kind of gives it a little bit of stability. And we'll kind of fix that and make it look pretty. And now we'll add our sentiment down to the bottom. And we'll grab some foam dimensionals. We'll just place one on each side. Make sure you guys can see. And then just place it down, and then there you have it. Our Christmas card for this week. And I hope that you've enjoyed today's tutorial. And if you have any questions, make sure you email me or send me, a message on Facebook or Instagram or anything. And I'm definitely here to answer any questions that you have. And tag me if you made a card. I'd love to see what you create. So I'm just adding these beautiful rhinestones. You can also use sequences or pearls or leave it plain. I think it's just beautiful any which way that you do it. And I liked the rhinestones. I think it just gave it a little bit more glitter. And I'll have a kit at the bottom of here to purchase today's. We'll have the fancy labels 3-die and the festive greetings and our build a stocking stamp set together. So if you guys would like to purchase, and the Christmas ribbon collection too, because that was definitely a part of that one. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by.